All right, we're playing a game, and I don't understand what it's saying. So this is Triggerheart EXELICA for the Dreamcast. This is one of those games that came out like years after the Dreamcast was done. Like I think the Dreamcast ended in like 2001, and this came out in like, well, I guess it'll tell us. I guess it will tell us. Maybe. 2006/7. So yeah, this is, I guess, like you could call it like a homebrew game, because it, you know, it's not like a giant studio type of thing. But yeah, I don't really have it. I think I'm just gonna go for arcade mode. Sure. And so, oh, I'm gonna play as that one because because she doesn't have spread shot. I'm assuming her shots do more. But yeah, this is one of those games that came out like way after. So, but they still made like a physical release for it. Because the Dreamcast had like a lot of support. Like people love the Dreamcast. I love the Dreamcast. So, yeah, sorry. So yeah, like there's a ton of games like this that came out like way after, and this is, I think, one of the first big ones. Like one of the first big ones that made, because I remember at the time like going on websites and reading about just kind of like the, you know, like what was going on in the gaming scene and whatnot, and but specifically not really like what was going on in like the normal, you know, like, well, this was around what, PS3 360 era. Like I wasn't really reading about that. I was more reading about like retro stuff and like ROM hacks and you know, basically just like old stuff that never that either never came to the States or just in general, you know, like I've always been a fan of the old stuff. So I remember just reading about this and being like, oh, that's crazy that like this is like a legit game, because, you know, me, I was still playing my Dreamcast, you know, I didn't oh, there's more buttons that I haven't figured out yet. Wait, I've only been shooting. Oh, what are the other oh shit. Okay. So okay, yeah. So as per usual, there's like a screen clearing bomb. I think that's just standard you know, shoot 'em up fare. But there's other buttons. Like this one has got, yeah, it says captured. What the hell does that mean? Yeah, I don't know what this is doing. Target is approaching. I don't know. What I was saying is like, yeah, I just remember this being a big thing, and then they made a lot of the games that they came out with like afterwards for the Dreamcast. And again, none of these are like licensed by Sega or anything, but it's just people who are like, we can't let it die, and I agree. Dreamcast is great. Oh, it lets me lock on. Oh, that's cool. And it slows me down, so like I can like be more precise with my shots and like dodging. So yeah, I mean, I don't really know what to say about this game. It's, I don't want to sound ignorant, because I think it's real easy to sound ignorant when describing these types of games for like people who don't know them. And I'm not like I like these types of games, but I wouldn't say like I'm like if you were to show me 10 of them and be like, what's the difference? I'd be like, I don't know, man. You know, I can make out some, but I'm not like a fanatic, I guess. But I do enjoy playing them. So like, I think the biggest thing with this is like it's a shooter, like it's a shoot 'em up. Usually these types of games will have like a mechanic or two that's kind of, I don't want to say gimmick, but they usually have like a hook, you know, like like, oh, and well, this one you can. I think we played a Darius or something, G Darius, good Darius, and that one was not a top down. It was a side view one. But like that one had like you can capture the enemies and then use them as your own vehicles, which is like, you know, it's like, oh, cool. That's an interesting mechanic. And some of them are kind of like Cotton, the Cotton games, which are like kind of score attacks, which I guess most of these are. But the big thing on that one was just like the art style was kind of what drew you in, and I think there was some more stuff that it had. But the biggest thing was just the fact that like everything was like cute, and it wasn't like spaceships and outer space and aliens, and no, it was like little witches and little monsters and stuff like that. So I think you know, like every type of game like this has that one thing that makes it unique. And I guess I'm trying to figure out like what the thing for this one is. Like, I'm sure there's like stuff I'm not doing right. Yeah, because like I pulled that dude in. So like, am I using them to like block shots? Like, I don't know what the hell it's doing. Oh, it says overload because it's too big. Oh, see, like I'm learning. Also, this game is in pure Japanese, so I don't understand the text that was on the screen. Like, that is not at all something that I'd be able to decipher. The cheesy way to do these games is to just die and use your bombs, because that's just, I mean, so that's the thing, right? Like people who play these games like who, this is like their genre, like this is their stuff, right? It's all about the score attack. Like, you're trying to get the highest score, you'll replay it because you want to be like a master at it. Like, that's kind of what these games have to be, because they're usually really short. They're not like super long. They're not super, you know, like, you're not playing it for the story. You know, you're playing it because it's a twitchy, like, kind of score based. It fills a certain niche of style of game that like doesn't really exist anymore. So, like, for me though, like I don't really play games like that anymore. Like score based anyway. Like that's also not like something I personally grew up with. I was more about like, hey, let's beat the game and see what it does, or hey, you know, like let's yeah, basically, yeah, like let's beat the game and see what the ending has for us. Yeah, so it looks like capturing enemies and using them as shields is kind of like the main gimmick in this game. But I don't seem to have it down. Oh, I can swing them around. See, look, I'm learning. It's a big ass ship. Yeah, I mean, it's I didn't like. Oh yeah, sorry. Like I was saying, yeah, I didn't really grow up with like Lola. I didn't really grow up with like score based games. That was like right before my era of games. You know, I'm born in '89, so when I was a kid, you know, we had like the NES, but it wasn't like black box NES. You know, like Mario Bros, the original, and like Donkey Kong and stuff like that. It was like Super Mario Brothers and Zelda, where like the games had a little bit more like, I don't want to say depth, because that's gonna sound like I'm saying this lacks depth. But like there was just more going on, you know, like there was a lot more going on in terms of like, it wasn't just like how good are you at reacting. It was more just like, oh, how are you good at figuring things out, and can you, if given these things, can you solve the thing, or can you do these tricky little things and, you know, and just kind of have to start over if you don't. So that's the kind of stuff that I grew up with, and that's what I'm used to. So, like, platformers for me are like the greatest ever. But I did play a couple of these types of games. I think Tiger Heli is the main one that I played as a kid. It's the one I had. But also, yeah, like I remember going to like seeing arcade machines and being around them as a kid too. But it wasn't a lot of this. It was mostly like the SNK ones with like Metal Slug and that kind of thing. King of Fighters and I don't know what else they usually had like a golf game or something that like no one played. What was it? Spin Cycle? I think that's what it was called, like the laundromat. But yeah, I mean, like, I don't know how long of a video this will be because it's. I feel like for the, you know, like if you know these types of games, it's like. Damn, you suck. You're doing terrible. What do you even, like, why? For people who don't know, it's like, what's going on? There's so much on the screen I can't follow. So, and yeah, like, I keep dying because I'm not good at these types of games. Like, I don't have experience in bullet hells. Yo, I chucked it. Can I chuck this one? No, I think it's too large. Collect the power up. Ah, I died. Oh my god, yeah, like I don't. And like with these things too, like you kind of have to really learn these games. The hitbox is not your whole character. It's usually just like the middle core. But yeah, I don't have it in me to learn this kind of stuff like that. This doesn't work for my brain. There's too much. No. Which is why whenever I play games like this, I usually play them on like a console. Like I would never play this in an arcade. I would never ever play this in an arcade. You know how many dollars I would have dropped by now? But in like the comfort of your own home, with infinite continues, it doesn't really matter. You just go on forever and get to the end of the story. And that's usually what I do with these games. It's like if they're interesting enough to me, where I'm like, wow, this is fun and engaging gameplay. I like it. Oh yeah, see, I think it wants me to use one of these things to like block the shots, but I am not. Yay! God damn it! Oh my god! Grab the big one! Oh! Oh! Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh jeez. Man. See, like I think this one right here is like you need to learn how to use the ability granted to you by the game. And like I don't know how. I wonder if the other girl has like a different ability. Yeah, holy crap, dude. This is brutal. It's brutal out here. Oh my god. And these things don't die. Except I die. I wonder how many. You know, one thing on I was looking because I'm curious. I'm like, I wonder how many times I've died, and I'm not gonna go back and count because I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, I'll stop after this one. But like on like the Street Fighter games, I remember like every time you continue, it added a 1 to your score. And since there was nothing in the game that gave you that small of a score, like that would give you like 1 point, everything was like 300 and 500 and 1,000. Like the fact that you could see a 1 or 2 or 3 at the end told you how many times you like continued. So that was always like a cool way to hide or to like show you without like showing you, you know? Because you got 1 score for dying. Yay. Weight bonus. See, I don't know what that means. All right. Well, that's Triggerheart EXELICA for the Sega Dreamcast. I wanted to play something on the Dreamcast. It's been a while. I was saying on some of these other ones, and I don't know what's going up when, but like, I feel like I've been doing a lot of Nintendo Switch stuff, and I was like, let's switch it up and do. I wonder if this changes anything. Like, and let's see if anything changes, and well, like, let's change it up and play basically other consoles. So I've got some Super NES. I think I've got something. I think there's some Wii games coming up too they're gonna be going up. But yeah, just wanted to, like, I have these consoles. Like, why the hell not use them? So that's Triggerheart EXELICA. I don't know how to rate this game because I don't know how you. Oh, look. Sister, we're gonna die. Not if I have anything to say about it. Ooh. Yeah, it's just the same thing. Okay. Return to title, really? All right, well, that's Triggerheart. Yeah, I don't know how to rate this. I don't know how to rate this. But if you have a rating, let me know, because I don't. I know.